Upon the golden sands of Egypt, a story unfolds. It is a tale as old as the Nile itself. The great river, a ribbon of life, carves its path through the vast desert. Here, civilizations have risen and fallen. Kings and queens have walked this sacred land. The sun, a powerful god, watches over all. It blesses the fertile earth, and it chooses those who will lead. This land awaited a new dawn, a new ruler. Our story begins with a young prince, noble and bright. His name was Ahmose, meaning the Lord's strength is Ra. He grew beside the life-giving waters. The whispers of the reeds seemed to tell of his destiny. Ancient prophecies spoke of a leader, one who would unite the lands, one who would bring unparalleled glory. He learned the ways of the court. He understood the rhythms of the river, the language of the people, and the secrets of the gods. The time of change arrived, as it always does. The old pharaoh, his father, journeyed to the afterlife. A hush fell over the kingdom. Then, with solemn ceremony, Ahmose ascended. The double crown, representing Upper and Lower Egypt, was placed upon his head. It was a heavy burden, yet he wore it with grace. He was now the Horus, the living god on earth, the link between the heavens and the mortal realm. The people looked to him with hopeful eyes. Pharaoh Ahmose began his reign with purpose. His voice, though young, carried authority. He spoke of unity, of strength, of Ma'at, the sacred order. He journeyed along the Nile, from the bustling cities of the north to the quiet temples of the south. He listened to his people. He inspired loyalty. The golden lands of Egypt stirred with new energy. A magnificent era was about to begin under the watchful eyes of the ancient gods. The pharaoh's palace was a wonder to behold. It rose majestically near the banks of the Nile. Its walls, built from sun-dried bricks, gleamed under the Egyptian sun. Palm trees and lush gardens surrounded it. This was not merely a home, it was the heart of the empire, a symbol of the pharaoh's immense power, a place where gods and mortals met. From here, the destiny of Egypt was shaped. Step inside and prepare for breathtaking splendor. Vast halls stretched towards the horizon. Towering columns, painted with vibrant scenes, held up the high ceilings. Hieroglyphs, telling stories of gods and heroes, covered every surface. The air hummed with activity. Courtiers in fine linen robes hurried through corridors. The scent of incense and lotus flowers filled the air. Sounds of music and distant chatter echoed softly. It was a city within a city. The throne room was the palace's magnificent core. Here, Pharaoh Ahmose held court. His throne, crafted from cedarwood and inlaid with gold and lapis lazuli, shone brilliantly. Statues of gods stood guard. Intricate carvings depicted his divine authority. Ambassadors from distant lands would bow low here. They felt the sheer might of Egypt. They witnessed the pharaoh's connection to the divine. This room was designed to inspire awe. Beyond the public chambers lay the pharaoh's private world. Here there were serene gardens and cool shaded pools. Walls were adorned with paintings of nature. Birds sang in gilded cages. It was a sanctuary, a place for quiet thought. Here, the pharaoh could commune with his thoughts, perhaps even with the gods themselves. Even in these personal spaces, the wealth and artistry of Egypt were evident. Every detail spoke of his divine status and the prosperity he brought. Pharaoh Ahmose knew his time on earth was fleeting. Like all mortals, he would one day pass. But his spirit, his Ka, needed an eternal home. He envisioned a monument unlike any other, a colossal pyramid reaching for the heavens. It would be a testament to his reign, a stairway to the stars. The gods themselves, he believed, had commanded this sacred task. The desert sands would guard his legacy. To build such a structure was an immense undertaking. Thousands of people were needed. Skilled stonemasons, clever engineers, artists, and countless laborers. They came from all corners of Egypt. They were not slaves, but workers, loyal to their pharaoh. They worked with pride, for they built for their god-king. Food, tools, and shelter were provided. The organization was remarkable. Stone, weighing many tons, was quarried and transported with ingenuity. Slowly, day by day, the Great Pyramid began to rise. Each stone was perfectly cut, precisely placed. Ramps and levers, ingenious tools of the time, aided the construction. The pharaoh himself would visit the site. His presence inspired the workers. He saw their dedication. He knew this monument would stand for millennia. It was more than stone and labor. It was a symbol of unity, of shared purpose, a beacon of Egyptian skill. But a pharaoh's duty extended beyond building. Ahmose was also a warrior, a protector of his realm. He led his armies into battle when threats arose. Clad in his golden chariot, he was a fearsome sight. He fought to secure Egypt's borders. He expanded its influence. He ensured that trade routes remained open and safe. The prosperity of his people depended on his strength. His victories brought peace and stability to the land of the Nile. The pharaoh was the chief priest of all Egypt. He stood between the gods and his people. Pharaoh Amosi led the most sacred religious ceremonies. He made offerings in the grand temples. He sought favor from Ra, the sun god. He communed with Osiris, lord of the underworld. His actions maintained Ma'at, the divine balance and justice. Without his intercession, chaos could descend upon the land. The harvests, the flooding of the Nile, all depended on this harmony. Amos was known for his wisdom. He listened to his advisors, he made fair judgments. He encouraged the arts and sciences to flourish. Scribes recorded the events of his reign. Artisans created masterpieces of beauty. Under his rule, Egypt entered a golden age of prosperity and culture. The people felt secure. They revered him not just as a king, but as a wise and benevolent guide, touched by the gods. His name was synonymous with justice and order. Then one day, the great Pharaoh Amosi, the Golden Emperor, was no more. The news of his passing spread like a shadow over the land. Some say his death was sudden, shrouded in mystery. Others believe he simply completed his earthly duties. A nation mourned. The priests began the long, elaborate rituals of mummification. His body was prepared for its journey into the afterlife. His spirit was destined for the field of reeds, the paradise of the gods. His magnificent pyramid, now complete, became his tomb. It was filled with treasures, food, and all he would need in the next world. His story, however, did not end there. His legacy lived on. In the monuments he built, in the peace he secured, in the golden age he ushered in. Pharaoh Amosi remains a towering figure in the annals of Egypt. The sands of time still whisper his name, guarding the secrets of his remarkable life and the enduring magic of his reign.